If you looking to live 2026 differently as an individual, couple, family, or entrepreneur, this episode is for you. Ain't that right, babe? Yes, sir. Welcome back to another episode of the Married Life Podcast, episode 7. 7? 8? Yeah.
7.
Yeah. New Year's edition. I'm one of your co-hosts, FL, your life coach, with my boo thing. What's your name, babe?
Chandra.
See, she didn't say, see, she said it normal this time. It's my boo thing, Chandra. We're so excited that you're joining us today for this episode because we're going to be talking about how to strategize for the upcoming year. But not just for the year, just period, right? How we strategized over the years, 26 years, built a thriving marriage. We had our cleaning business for almost 20 years. I've been life coaching for almost 20 years. So we getting ready to spill the beans on how we actually do that moving forward, right? Casting vision and planning, because you got to have a strategy, right? You cannot just hope that the year gets better, right? You got to have a vision and plan for the year to get better. So you ready? You ready to jump into it? Let's jump into it. So listen, good people. One of the first things we want to talk about is just, how we got started doing this. It all started doing the watch services and stuff, man. So when me and wifey was had our own church, doing all that, we used to go to watch services a lot.
Every year.
Every
year.
See that face, man? She be killing me with that face every year. So it kind of started with that, with the watch service. We would pray in the new year every year, and then we would just kind of cast vision on what we wanted to see in the upcoming year, So do you recall any of those? I remember going to Dallas a lot.
I remember going to Dallas.
Yeah.
Of course, your mom's when we first got married.
Yes, my mom. And shout out to my mom. My mom started us on that, man, on the watch service, New Year's. And that's kind of how we got started in our early years of marriage. Like I said, we've been married 26 years. So, yeah, that's in the early stages. So that's kind of how it all kind of got started, man, from the watch service. And then from there, we just kind of start making it our own thing every year. But we did the watch services because we was in religion for a while. Y'all hear us talk about deconstruction and all that. We had our own church and all that stuff. But that's kind of how it started. All the things we learned in religion wasn't bad. Like I always tell people, you got to take the good with the bad. Religion did teach us how to be disciplined and kind of strategizing for the year. When you say it kind of, because the watch services kind of, now you didn't make vision boards or nothing like that, but when you prayed it in, you kind of just cast vision on what you wanted to see, and then you kind of just put some steps to it. So that kind of got us started on that. 26 years, and y'all know me, I'm a teacher, so I took notes because I really be wanting to hammer this down in. So talk about how like for us, the planning part, how we start planning it is really not planning things out of pressure. It's really more so keeping us in alignment. When you say,
not pressure at all.
Yeah. So
just
like,
wanted to make sure our vision
is
cohesive.
That's it. That's the word, cohesive and in alignment. So a lot of times when we plan or cast vision, it's not necessarily like casting pressure. Like we feel like, oh my God, we got to do it this way or it's not going to be right. It's just helps us stay in alignment.
You're resetting your goals and visions for a year.
That's
basically.
That's it. I like that. Reset, renew. Oh yeah, y'all just got to join me Saturday, me and Dr. Ford, because we're going to be talking about that. But listen, what wifey said, you got to reset. Say it again for the people in the back.
Reset and
you said you got to reset your vision for the
short-term memory loss.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot like that. My bad. But like she said, you got to reset your vision for the year, right? You got to I wrote down here, strategy or plan gives your vision direction. That's what I wrote on my notes. So remember that, good people. Strategy or plan gives your vision direction, right? Because listen, think about it like this. A vision is nothing more than the end result, right? So we always start from the end. Even now, when we talk about vision for our cannabis business or the content or Auntie Faye, whatever we talking about, how we want to level up our money, we always start with the end in mind. What's the end goal, right? And then we take steps backwards to work ourselves back. So the end goal is here, right? The starting point is here. It's the gap where most people die. You see that gap? The end point is here. The starting point is here. That gap is what?
It feels big sometimes.
Man, that gap feels enormous sometimes. But this is what a strategy does. It helps shorten that gap, right? Because a plan gives you direction. Like I said. So this is a key idea that I want to drop on you before we go to the next phase of this. Which I already said it before, but planning before the year gives your year direction. It tells your year where you want to go, right? Instead of just saying, I hope this year turns out good. I hope the family gets better. I hope our money gets better, right? It keeps us in alignment and gives your year direction, right? So then the second thing that we wanted to talk about today is just how we cast vision as a couple, right? So like every year, sometimes we don't even wait till the end of the year. You can do this throughout the year, right?
This is a reset, of course, because we're coming up on the year. But this is something you reevaluate all year long.
All year long, man. All year long. We have discussions all year long throughout the year about our money, about where our relationship is, about our parenting, all that. Yeah. So as a couple, we cast goals or visions for the year for our money. Right? Like how much money do we want to make? How much money we want to make in our cannabis business? How much money we want to make off our digital products and the content? Like we're casting vision on that, starting at the beginning of the year, right? And I'm not saying you got to do this. We're not saying you got to do this right before the year starts. And if you don't do it before the year starts, it's not going to go right. None of that. You can cast vision at any point of time during the year, right? The casting vision is just the beginning stages. Then you got to put the plan together and take the action steps, right? So we do it on our money, how much money we want to make, how much increase we want to see. We do it on our marriage, right? Where we think we can get stronger at in our marriage. We got a great marriage. Look, this is my boo thing, good people, 26 years. But we both know it can still get stronger. It can still improve. So we cast vision on that. We talk about that. We cast vision on our time. How do we want to spend our time going forward, right? Do we want to spend more time together, more time with the boys, more time individual? Like, how do we cast vision and we plan that out. What does that look like, right? And so let me do a little side note here. And she know, like I said on the last Married Life, some things she's farther along on and I follow her lead. Some things I am. Like the festive part, I just follow her lead on that because she's in other things. But vision, planning, strategy, personal development, that's my space, good people. That's my space. So yeah, so we do that. And then a family rhythm. We also cast vision and plan about what do we want to do with our boys. Like we always say, like we try to plan out trips or whatever. So like this year, we had talked about we wanted to take our boys on 2 trips. We haven't took them on a trip in a while with us moving. We've been on the run here the last probably 3-4 years. Florida, back here. Dallas, back to Oklahoma, then moved to Florida, then back to Oklahoma. So we really haven't been able to do too much with the boys as far as family vacations, times like that. So that was one of the things that we put in for the family, take 2 family trips this year. So we just go down the list when we're casting vision, money, businesses, family, time, individual. We sometimes we write them down sometimes, but she know me. I'm all here.
I need it written down.
She be like, how you be remembering that stuff? Hey, I'm all here. Because what you say out loud, your brain instantly stores. Shout out to Dr. Ford, baby. Yes, sir. So yeah, we just kind of do that. We also bring our boys into the fold. We start doing that before we moved to Florida.
Yeah.
We did that a couple of times. Remember the time they did the whiteboard? We had them write down what they wanted to see going forward. We had them write it down. Everything came true except for the trip to Disney World.
Yeah.
That was the That's the only thing. I was just talking to our oldest son yesterday when I picked him up from his cousin's house about what he wanted to see different in 2026 with him. And he told me he wanted to start working out more consistent. You know, I work out with him twice a week. He has started his own workout this year, but he kind of fell off, you know, and he told me from an individual point of view, Dad, that's what I want to do. So then I asked him, okay, you already set the end result. So how many times a week does that look like working out? Is that 7 days? Is that so he hammered out his personal goal just driving from his cousin's house back home yesterday, you know? So this is kind of what we do with our kids, man. And then as we do as a family, we kind of add them into it like we did in Florida, you know, as we cast the goals, as they got older. When we was living in Florida, after me and wifey talked about it, what we wanted to do as a family couple, right? Her individual goals, and then we bring the boys in and say, hey, this is what we're doing this year as a family, right? This is kind of your part in this, right? This is me and mommy's part. So you just kind of cast that vision, man. And I think that helped, though. I think that helped our boys because it almost gives your kids a direction.
Right. And that gives them something to look forward to. They know what they need to work on.
Yes. What she said, right? And so now going forward, you know, we just try to do that for them. You know, we try to lead by example, number one. And then we try to include them in everything that we do because they are a part of Team Harrington. They are a part of Team Harrington, you know? And so yeah, just like I said, bringing the boys or bringing your family into the vision, right? So listen, I wrote down this too on my notes. What do you want to see transformed in this year? Comment below. Let us know. What do you want to see transformed from a family perspective, right? From a couple perspective, from your money or business, whatever it is. What do you want to see transform? Because if you want to transform it, then you got to strategize, right? You got to know what you're trying to transform, right? See, I always equate it like this. I always tell people like a GPS system, right? A GPS will get you anywhere in the world if you know two things: where you're going, number one, and then where you're starting from. So you got to be honest. If you don't know those two things, all that technology does you no good, right? Just like a vision, right? If you don't really know where you're going, you just spinning your wheels, right? You just spinning your wheel. And then if you do know where you're going, but you're not honest with where you're at, you're spinning your wheels because you can never get there. And the GPS can never give you the shortest route. So yeah, we just always try to strategize and plan. Like I said, man, I've been in personal development for almost 20 years. So like wifey, know this is my lane. Sometimes I can go overboard with it. See that face? See that? But see, that's why she my boo thing, because she brings me back down a little bit. Hold on a minute. I see the vision. But hold on now, you trying to jump from $2 to $2 million. Wait a minute. That ain't going. So look, I always tell people that too.
Start stressing me out.
Say it again though. See, and that's something that I had to learn, good people, being in this marriage for 26 years. I'm the visionary. That doesn't mean that she don't see it or she can't cast vision, because she has and she does. But what that means is I can't give her the whole vision like that because it stresses her out. I'm glad she said that, man. I'm glad, because that's a real life example. I had to learn that because I get everything downloaded all at once. That doesn't bother me because I'm a visionary, and all the visionaries out there know what I'm talking about. We can see the whole thing all at once, but sometimes you got to learn your partner. And I had to learn I couldn't give her that all at once, man, because it would totally overwhelm her nervous system because our nervous system processes differently.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, that's a whole nother married life episode too. But yeah, and so, you know, just real life examples, man, like we were saying, man, like when the boys did it, wrote down on their plans and did their vision, everything came to pass except for one thing. Every time we do it, it normally comes to pass before the year is out. We 3-6 months in, we like, oh, babe, we already did that. We hit that, right? Because we started out with a clear intention, right? This is what we want to do in this area. This is what we want to do in this area. And then we also go from an individual standpoint, you know, man, like one of my goals individually this year, I'm just going to say it, put it out there. One of my goals was to actually spend more time with the fam. You know, this past year, I've been on the road, transport with the cannabis. I'll be here and there. I want to be home more this year. Just a little bit. Not a lot, but just a little bit more. So that's one of my personal goals, to be home more. So we always cast vision and goals for personal reasons, and then we hold each other accountable. Because when I speak that verbally, then wifey's job is to say, okay, so how you gonna be home more, right? That's the planning part, right? And that's the part I have to plan out. Okay, I gotta do this, that. So what's one individual thing you wanna do this year? Look, I'm put you on the spot, babe. I always be putting on the spot.
I do want to start recording my baking more.
There it is. Yeah. There it is. See, she wanted to see, that's an individual.
Gotta get used to being in front of the camera.
I don't know why she got to get used to it. My boo thing be looking right in front of the camera. You know what I'm saying? But listen, Jesus. It's just the truth, though. I speak no lies. Like the young people say, that's no cap. Hey, but listen, like she said, plan it. That's one of her things she wants to do. So now we have to plan that. What does that look like for you to get in front of the camera more this year? What does that look like for me to be home more this year? Planning, good people. Mm-hmm. A plan or strategy gives your year direction. It gives it direction. So you ain't just out here running around like a chicken with your head cut off, right? You just being tossed to and fro. What did you tell me the other day about the text when you say, babe, when we was talking? This goes along with vision and stuff. When you said, babe, that text that says a double-minded man is unstable and all, because we was talking about something about you trying to figure out, and you was like, man, that text is so true. And that applies here. When you don't know what you're trying to do or build, you just toss to and fro, back and forth, back and forth. 1 minute you here, 1 minute you there, 1 minute you here, 1 minute you there. No, it's on. She was checking the mic. It's on. We always got to check that because we didn't have an experience where we did a whole episode and the mic was on. Wow. Yeah. So, but yeah, man, that's all. We wanted to jump on here, a special New Year's edition, kind of show you how we plan, how we strategize, how we bring the family in, and how we've been doing it, good people, for 20 plus years. And guess what? We're going to keep doing it. And guess what? We want you to do it so you can really transform your life. Listen, I always say, don't just live another year, but live it another way. Right? You got to live another way. Every year you should live it another way, because you should get more and more comfortable with you, tapping into you, understanding your goals, your dreams, what you're trying to accomplish. So listen, wifey told y'all last episode, comment below. We want to hear your goals, your vision, what you're trying to accomplish this year as a couple, for your family, as an individual, for your businesses. We love that. Wifey told y'all last episode she loves hearing about that stuff. Comment below. Anything else you want to say, babe? Man, that's pretty much it, good people. Episode 7's in the books. Make sure you tune in next week, right? It's 2026 next week, baby. So we definitely gonna have a special episode for 2026 to start off 2026. Married Life Podcast every Tuesday, 2:30 p.m. Central. And join me and Dr. Ford this Sunday, right? 9 a.m. Central, the first Sunday of the year. We're going to be breaking down neuroscience in the scripture, what my man Paul was really talking about when he says, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So you don't want to miss that. Anything else, babe? That's it. Listen, good people, we hope you had a great Christmas week, right? We hope you have a great New Year's week, because this is the New Year's week. And we hope you start your new year off right and keep that momentum, man. And until next time, join us next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. The Married Life, baby. We out. Dare to be you.